This is Dolynny TV, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening and welcome back inside the studio as we get set to call the second and third period of action here on the channel this evening, live from Minnesota's XL Energy Center in, of course, St. Paul, Minnesota, as we are up 1-0. You know what? Good start to the game for the Edmonton Oilers. It was Leon Draisaitl on that back door slamming in one-timer on the second power play of the period, and the Oilers able to slam home the 1-0 lead, scoring in both games of this back-to-back first so far. So don't mind me when the Edmonton Oilers do something like that. Hey, that's not a bad get. And right now, as it sits the end of the first period, we are just currently waiting for this one to get back up and underway here for the second in a matter of a few moments' time. We're mostly through the intermission. Of course, you don't see the scoreboard up there, but don't you worry, it's coming up in just a second. It'll be right back there ready to go. And I thought after the success last night, and the fact that tonight is, of course, a little bit earlier of a live stream, thankfully for us, I figured I could get going live here during the second period and third period and cap off what will be a good night of hockey in Edmonton Oilers land. All right. That said, we are off and running on the live stream. Folks, welcome in. My great pleasure to have you along as we get set for this evening's live stream to really kick into high gear, right? Obviously, we're still a few moments away from everybody really joining up here. So to my one viewer hanging out, chilling out with me, I appreciate it as we're just waiting for this one to get back underway. Currently on commercial break on the actual live stream I'm watching it on from Sportsnet, so keep that in mind. But folks, the Oilers up 1-0. That Leon Draisaitl goal, he was whipping them around in that first period, slamming on the one-timers, and finally able to clutch up one there in the first period for us. So that was a big get for the Oilers to go up 1-0. And now the question becomes, can the Oilers hold the lead? Because the last couple of times I've started up in the second period, it has not gone too well at all. But it's Leon Draisaitl from Evan Bouchard who picks up his 8th assist of the season and magically is 2 points off the team lead for defenseman points. And Connor McDavid with his 24th assist of the game campaign. Well, power play point on Leon Draisaitl's 16th goal of the year. That's what you need to know. Anyway, 6 for the shots for the Wild after the first period. It was a little bit of a struggle squad out there. Guys would line up a good-looking shot and miss it wide. Guys would hit posts. Like the Wild had, I think, 2 rocket dynamo chances there in the first period early on, and just could not seem to slam them past Jack Campbell, whether it be the post, whether it be missing wide. So we'll see what ends up happening here tonight. But again, folks, welcome aboard. We're just waiting for this game to get back underway. If you're wondering why I'm yammering on about a whole bunch of nothing, it's simply put, we've got a whole bunch of time to fill before we get back to this Oilers game being ready to go. And here we go. We'll go to copy the link here and link to last night's post game. There we go. We'll just link that up there in the chat for you in case you want something to watch during this intermission as we wait for Jack and Louie to get us back calling this hockey game, my friends, as we're just waiting for this one to get back underway between the Wild and Oilers. The Oilers turnovers in this period, not so good. They had some pretty bad turnovers in this first period, and obviously too, that's going to cost you when you're trying to settle up momentum in your own end and of course breaking out of your own end and getting into the offensive end. But hey, the Oilers survived. Obviously didn't cost them anything out there, but turnovers were of course costly for the Wild too in that first period to some degree, and that was something that they're going to talk about right here. And there we go, my friends. Let's go get up and under and ready for this one. Leon Draisaitl, Connor McDavid back at center ice, and the Edmonton Oilers ready to take another face-off and get this one going. Eriksson Ek draws into the face-off dot. He's looking ready to go here against Connor McDavid. And here we go. The men at the face-off dot. And the camera angle's screwing me all up. Eriksson Ek down for the face-off. We're going to have a bit of stick jostling. Don't worry about it. And this one's finally going to be one ahead by Connor McDavid. And there we go, fired out into the neutral zone. The Minnesota Wild looked to come up with it. They turned it over to Leon Draisaitl at their own blue line. Now worked out, and the Wild will see it fired down into the Oilers' end, where Jack Campbell will come up and play the puck. Now a chance here for the Oilers to bust out of the neutral zone. Zach Hyman's going to have a puck to play. He's going to have a play down the boards, but played immediately onto a Wild stick. Here's the Wild back the other way onside. Nice back check there by Connor McDavid to come up with this puck. And now he's going to chip it out into a middle area where Zach Hyman meets it. And Leon Draisaitl just lazily skates on by it. And this one shot, glove save, Jack Campbell. And that was just, again, a broken first 47 seconds to this first period, or second period from the Edmonton Oilers. That was not good at all. And career opening game goals for the Oilers in the franchise history. Gretzky had 46. Leon Draisaitl is about to break a Wayne Gretzky stat in the Oilers franchise list. Messier and Ryan Smith up there at the top, a little bit higher than Gretzky even, so keep that in mind. 19:13 to go in this second period for the Oilers as they try to bust out of their own zone. The Wild at the near side point will flip it down low to the far side corner. Kaprizov able to play it ahead. The Oilers get it back to the blue line but turn it over, and it's kept in by the Wild there. This one down low to Kaprizov again. It's a chance here for Ceci. He can't do it. Darnell Nurse looking, surveying, looking for anything, and Ceci has just taken a very dumb penalty, not lifting out the stick out of the feet of Kaprizov, who kept his feet moving and takes a penalty for the Oilers, does Cody Ceci. That is a rough start to the period. Obviously a couple bad turnovers, and then suddenly you go out and do that as well. That's not what you want to see out of the Oilers if you're the Oilers at all. So here we go. It's also going to be a little bit sleepier of a stream. I'm a lot tired after last night. I haven't been up till 11:30 doing Oilers YouTube in a long while. And that was a very late night and very early morning and a very long day at work today. So keep in mind, if the energy is a little bit down, don't worry about it. It's just been a long couple of days. We'll make it happen. It's been a long week, I guess you could say, with cold setting in down here in southern Alberta for the first time all year. $1.50 to go in the Minnesota Wild power play. They're going to work it back and drop it off in the neutral zone. Zuccarello to Kaprizov, and here's a chance now for Boldy near side. Boldy goes off to Kaprizov, who works back to the neutral. Oh, I thought it was going to get out. It didn't. Shot comes in. Jack Campbell to save. And the Oilers right there making their first little bit of impact on this power play, getting a save on the first shot from the Minnesota Wild exactly 30 seconds in. Look at this one. It just kind of develops in the middle here. Nice little play there at the blue line. Then all of a sudden this drag shot here comes through the middle. Eriksson gets out. Then Bouchard gives him a little shot for extra measure. 8 shots, 8 saves for Jack Campbell so far, so can't complain about his performance tonight. And the Oilers doing their thing. Here's a shot from Kaprizov, fired off the end boards. That one instead, just had to curse it, gets through Jack Campbell, and she's a 1-1 game just like that. Eriksson on the rebound off the end boards after Mr. Jack Campbell scrambling to make that save is beat on the rebound off the boards. Tough. Tough. Look at this one. This one's just a perfect little shot by Kaprizov, open area. Ends up getting deflected, and then Jack Campbell sees it deflect in off him, trying to make the save off the end boards on Eriksson short side. And that one's just, I don't know. I don't know again. I mean, he was badly out of position there after it bounced off the boards, and then just, it eats up Jack Campbell right there. So, I don't know. You blame wherever you want to blame on that one, but the Oilers end up giving up a goal nonetheless, and that's really all that matters at the end of the day. The Oilers giving up a goal there. All right, 18:04 to go here in the second period. And we are tied 1-1, and the Dolynny TV live stream curse kicks in again as we go out there and get it going here in the second period and immediately give up the first goal of the period. So, it's a tough get. Anyway, Tyson Barrie is going to fire this one into the neutral, where it's worked out there by the Minnesota Wild back into their own end as they try to pick this one up and get something doing with it. And they're going to work this one down the boards around, and will not be icing as Brett Kulak able to get to that puck, but it's played by the Minnesota Wild. Shot coming in from the point, blocked in front by Kulak. Now a chance here for Devon Shore to come up with it. He can't. Kulak can't either, and now a chance here off the boards. Shot fired, and a little bit of scramble here. Holloway and Hamblin out there as well. Sorry, I thought Hamblin was Kulak. That I might have confused at one point. Hamblin plays it in his feet off the boards. Down to Marc-Andre Fleury. 17:02 to to go in this second period. And the Minnesota Wild will work it down into the Oilers' defensive zone as Evan Bouchard has his feet taken out. Again, that play probably doesn't happen because of that Cody Ceci penalty, but again, blame what you will. Philip Broberg gets it across to Evan Bouchard. Liam Costin can't come up with the puck. Eriksson Ek's 7th goal this season on the power play. Assist to Kaprizov. His 15th assist of the season. And the Minnesota Wild are up and across and back into the Oilers zone. Matt Dumba gets it on down. The Oilers trying to come up with this puck. They are going to be able to. Costin over to Shore. Shore overhandles it. And it comes back on down to the Oilers defense where Broberg plays it right there. Shore sees it go past him, and that will be an icing call against the Oilers. The longest active streaks right now, assist streaks this season. Connor McDavid had 10 with 12 assists. For Kaprizov, 9 assists in 9 games, 10 assists is a franchise record. And away we go here with the start of this dropped puck. 16:06 to go in the second period. The Oilers able to handle this one here. They'll flip it off the boards. Devon Shore down the ice. And the Minnesota Wild able to regroup the puck. 9 shots to 4 for the Wild here early on in this one. Wild will fire this off the boards. Jack Campbell around to play it. He'll get it out to Cody Ceci, and then it bounces off of Campbell's stick right out in front dangerously. And here's now a chance 2-on-1 for the Oilers. Cross to Connor McDavid. You know it's automatic. Leon, Connor, back of the net. The Oilers regain the lead. 1 goal up, 2-1 over top of the Minnesota Wild. You like to see it. And that one was just a beauty of a play by Zach Hyman, that's for sure. And what an absolute gift there. Off of the paddle of Jack Campbell. Looked like it was going to be definitely a disaster play, but then the Minnesota Wild not skating back, and the Oilers able to get across 2-on-1. Connor McDavid buries yet another goal this season, and Leon and Connor doing the scoring early in this one for our Edmonton Oilers squad this evening. Connor McDavid, look at this. Head up the whole way, bang. Just no doubt about it, puts it home against Marc-Andre Fleury. And 3 goals in the last 3 games for Connor McDavid as he gets things going here to make it 2-1 on the Oilers' 5th shot of the game. And at what point does it get out of control for Marc-Andre Fleury? 19th goal this season for Connor McDavid. For Dreisaitl's 22nd assist and Hyman's 15th assist. So now suddenly Hyman's got a couple of big points here in the past few games. And now for the Oilers keeping it alive here. Doing that 2-on-1 offense the last 2 to win hockey games. You like to see it. 15-16 to go here in this second period. Cody Ceci looking for this defensive play behind the net. Can't get it. Darnell Nurse trying to get it. Jared Spurgeon out to play it behind the net. And this has been a good shift for Minnesota so far here. They're really working this puck around, and now this one's going to be worked out by the Oilers from Nugent Hopkins across to Darnell Nurse as a man misses, and we will have a penalty. Sorry, I thought a man flubbed out, but instead the Oilers took a penalty, dumping a man in the neutral ice. And this interference call against the Oilers. And Janmark will end up taking it. So that's 1 power play goal for each side, and that means now the Minnesota Wild get the next power play to test the theory of if they can keep the power plays upcoming here. That would be a tough get for the Oilers if suddenly you go out there and give up another power play goal against after getting that lead just moments ago. We're up to 1.3 hours watched on the stream, folks. Thank you for that, by the way, as we are waiting to get this one back underway to the right of Jack Campbell. 14:52 to go here in this second period. $1:59 now in the power play as the puck is dropped and we are off and running. Gaudreau at the blue line. He's got the puck. He's going to walk in, but it's going to be tipped off his stick. This one's going to be worked down low. 14:38 to go in the second period. Power play, $1:44. The Oilers able to hammer it out. That's going to be a clear, and we're going to be good. I couldn't have said that any more awkwardly, could have I? Anyway, clear for the Oilers, and now back the other way. Here comes Jared Spurgeon. Alan, good evening. We're getting things up and underway here on the stream as the numbers seem to be just picking up a little bit here as we get through into the middle section of this second period. Jared Spurgeon out to lead it, the captain of the Minnesota Wild. He plays it back. Buck 15 to go in the power play. This one worked by the Minnesota Wild in and on the attack. Tyson Barrie, a good job to interfere with Kaprizov from getting that puck. And now all of a sudden, James Hamlin's got it. He'll dump it down off the boards, down the ice and into the Wild zone, take a change. And that will kill off the first half of this Minnesota Wild power play. The Wild across the Oilers' blue line yet again. This one worked here and fired out by the Oilers on the retrieval, and 48 seconds to go is down to Marc-Andre Fleury. 13:36 in the second period remaining, and the Oilers holding on to this 2-1 lead for the time being. 40 seconds to go in the power play, and the Wild crossed it with 35 left in the power play. This is an opportunity now. Shot fired, save Jack Campbell, and now all of a sudden he's got a 900 save percentage this evening. You like to see that. My friends, I see the stream picking up steam, and I'm excited. Nice to see that little bit of activity in the old live stream numbers. Should see things get going. All right, what do we got? We got Connor McDavid out there on the penalty kill for the final 28 seconds. It seems that Leon Draisaitl will join him and Hyman in just a matter of moments. As McDavid tries to win it ahead, Hyman's able to chip it out. Down the ice it goes. 20 seconds to go here in this penalty kill for the Minnesota Wild, or for the Oilers. The power play winding down for the Minnesota Wild. Kaprizov down and across the line. He's got it going here, and nothing happening yet for the Wild on this power play, really of substance. And with 6 seconds to go, the Oilers deflect a pass out of midair, and that's going to keep Kaprizov at bay. Eriksson Ek back, but can't track the puck to a fellow teammates, so there all of a sudden the power play is over, and the Oilers have been able to kill one off here. And back the other way, it's a 3-on-1. Janmark to McDavid, shot fired off the boards. Connor McDavid thought he had Marc-Andre Fleury beat clean, but just couldn't quite do it. And now the Oilers unable to keep this one in, but McDavid keeps it in possession. Oilers get a line change. McDavid's going to chip down low to Janmark. Janmark goes across to Draisaitl. Draisaitl now back to the blue line. Evan Bouchard walks in. Shot coming, blocked in front, but the Oilers keep possession. And that's something much better that Bouchard's been doing, is if it's going to get blocked, keep it in possession at all costs, and the Oilers have been able to do that. This one lofted out by the Wild, where it'll go all the way down the ice to 12:06 on the clock. Broberg's going to fire right up the ice, hit Nugent Hopkins with a tip into the Wild zone. Goligoski almost turns it over, but it's a nice retrieval by the Wild, and it's immediately turned over in the neutral zone twice over, and the Wild keep possession. Dumba is going to get down low and try to get a little bit of moves going against Broberg. Broberg is able to keep battling against him, and now Ryan Reeves out there on this fourth line shift. Chance here for Dewar to get it across, and now all of a sudden we've got just about half of this period remaining here on in this one against the Wild, as the Oilers lead 2-1. At least the Oilers have been scoring goals on this road trip. That's the nice part to see. It took a little while there to score some goals against New Jersey, and obviously then it took a little while to not score against the New York Islanders, and then obviously it took until the third period to score against the New York Rangers, but we got the job done. Now already we've got 5 in the column plus another 2 tonight, and that's 7 total. And here's Leon Draisaitl coming up with Jesse Puljujärvi. Draisaitl shoots and saved by Marc-Andre Fleury, and we will have a stoppage in play at long last. My friends, welcome to Dolynny TV. I'm Tyson. Thank you for being along this evening. Great pleasure to have you. And secondary too, if you're new to the channel, I don't feel like too many people are, but if you're new to the channel and you're enjoying the play-by-play, I'd encourage you to do just this. Hit that subscribe button and stay tuned to Dolynny TV for the rest of this Oilers season. I'd love to have you to talk Oilers hockey all throughout and have a good discussion, as I'm sure the Oilers will have plenty of more headlines for us to discuss the rest of the way home until April, May, June, and July, and then we get to do it all over again. So if you're new, hit that subscribe button. If not, folks, welcome back. And you know what? The Oilers up 2-1 despite only having 5 shots through half a game. Not a bad efficiency on the offense, I guess you could say, tonight for the Edmonton Oilers so far. So I'm just going to do the old calculation on the watch time one more time as we're rocking and rolling things here. $1.55 would be just over 1.92 and divided by 60, you go right there. It's 2.5 hours watched on the stream so far. So again, thanks for being here, folks, and thanks for spending your Thursday evening with me here on the channel as we get going here. The cat's meowing up a storm, of course. He just ate, so gonna meow up a little bit of a storm. And we are just about ready to keep this thing one rolling here as we are going to go to analytics and just see what the overall impact of the live stream so far has been on the Dolynny TV numbers this hour, as things looking pretty good to start so far anyway, as we are up at 74 views this hour after having a total of 20 or 44 last hour. All right, we're kicking butt. We're getting things going. Here's Darnell Nurse way back when, scoring a big goal back in 2015 on Devin Dubnyk. That's the first goal of Darnell Nurse's career, apparently, back in 2015. Okay, sure. And here we go. 57 goals. That's all Darnell Nurse has scored since 2015 is 57 goals. That seems crazy. Seems crazy to think that that's all Darnell Nurse has scored in his storied career with the Oilers so far through 500. Oh well. Devon Shore wins it back to Brett Kulak, and perhaps one here in Game 501. Who knows? But a chance now for the Wild, developing the 2-on-1, saved by Jack Campbell, and it goes up and out of play on the shot from Boldy. And that was quite the shot, busting down the wing there by Boldy, getting past the Oilers defense. And yeah, quite something for sure. All right, see here. We're rocking and rolling into the later half of this second period now. 3 goals and 2 assists on 3 game point streak for Boldy. 10:39 to go in this second period. Brett Kulak battles the puck up to Costin. Costin's going to go ahead to Devon Shore, who's got Derek Ryan with him, but Tyson Barrie fires the shot. It goes up off somebody in front, and that's going to be worked down back along the boards to the blue line there. Kulak. Kulak's going to go down to Shore. And now Derek Ryan comes out to play it. Nice hold up there by the Oilers at the line. Dylan Holloway, what a play to keep that in. Just can't keep it onside long enough, though. And back the other way it comes. The Wild, though, are offside at the blue line. So there you go. We'll hold up play here. Have a stoppage in play for sure. Points by a defenseman through the first 500 games of their career. Darnell Nurse just trailing Kevin Lowe. He's 218, Kevin Lowe 205, Darnell Nurse, but 637 for Paul Coffey, and even second place is 278. But he's tied for first on the Oilers defense with 13 points this season, so don't mind me. Darnell Nurse putting up a ton of points, and the Oilers defense actually being actively involved in team scoring. That's something I've long griped about, so that's huge. Here's Nugent Hopkins in the middle of the ice. He's dragging the backhand, goes back to the blue line. Cody Ceci fires it around below the goal line, where Jesse Puljujärvi comes down to play it. It gets up to Nuge here. Nuge will get across to Janmark. This one's going to get lost to Ceci, who hammers a shot back behind the net. Janmark fires it towards the net. He can't get it to go. Now got Puljujärvi in front, and it's blocked, but my goodness, what a follow-up by Nuge to keep that in possession. And now a chance here for Janmark, back to Ceci. Ceci's got the Oilers a little bit of a chance here. This one bobbles into the middle. Bad play by Darnell Nurse, and now it looks like there might be a hook coming up to Janmark. And the Oilers, well, it doesn't look like they're going to pull in a goalie, so Jack Campbell will freeze it. And we do have a penalty coming up to Matthias Janmark for tripping. That's what I figured. So Matthias Janmark takes his second penalty of the game, and that's been a problem for this Oilers second line so far in the past 2 games, is taking dumb penalties at dumb times. You think about Nuge and his 8 minutes of penalties last night, and of course now Janmark 4 minutes penalties through the first half of the game, on pace to match that again. So sketchy times, my friends, sketchy times. We're on commercial break. That is where I'm going to take a second to throw up the subscribe ad, and if you don't get an ad right now, of course you'll see that on your screen. If, friends, you'd be so kind to consider hitting that subscribe button. If you are new to the stream, I don't mind if you're returning. That's not a problem. I'd rather you return. As here we go. We are up to 94 views in the past 19 minutes. Not a bad get. we're rocking and rolling along tonight, and my shoulders are something fiercely sore this evening for some reason. Slept on them funny. And there we go. We should be clear from the commercial break here on Dolynny TV, so we will get back to it. And again, friends, if you're just joining the stream, I would encourage you to leave a like. We've got 5 likes on 100 views. I'm sure in the next 100 views we could get that up well over 12, 15 likes. So if you'd be kind to hit that like button as well, that'd be greatly appreciated. Just really helps the stream come together and get a lot more folks involved. Last night, right, we hammered home the likes, we hammered home the subscriptions, and it ended up, we got up to 97 people in here live at once at one point last night. So that's pretty impactful when you start turning around numbers. So 3.8 watch hours on the stream. Of course, the goal is 50 by the end of the stream, so keep that in mind as we go through. We are just barely scratching the surface now, but we'll get hot. The more people coming in, the more watch time adding up, and we'll be fine and dandy. Janmark takes down Kaprizov with a trip, so that's another penalty for the Oilers that they will have to survive here. And of course, with this Oilers power play or penalty kill being in the basement all year, it's just on pins and needles waiting for them to try and do something to kill off this penalty. Here's Derek Ryan drawn into the face-off dot. And this one's going to go back by the Wild. A face-off win. Back in front and they score. I don't know what Jack Campbell's doing there, but Kaprizov scores the tying goal here on the power play 6 seconds in. And that is just a costly second penalty by Janmark that did not really need to be taken. And that one goes back in the net almost as fast as they could drop the puck. Tough. Watch this one. I really don't know what Jack Campbell's doing here. He goes down right there, and yeah, he just goes right down trying to go move for move with Kaprizov, who is down on his knees for some reason after getting tripped. That might have been another penalty, but yeah, that was just a bad all-around play there by the Oilers. I mean, late to the play is Cody Ceci. Jack Campbell's down in a hunch, absolutely beat easily, and Kaprizov 4 goals in his last 4 games now. An icing call against the Wild here. 9:01 to go in the second period, and it's not like either team's really dominated each other. 11-6 the shots, 31 minutes into the hockey game. We've had 17 shots, so almost half as many shots per minute played in this hockey game, which seems a little ludicrous to me, but that is what it is. So here's Connor McDavid, drawn in here with Leon Draisaitl on the face-off. McDavid back to center ice back to the blue line, pardon me, to Broberg. Now back to Bouchard. Bouchard across to Broberg here. Broberg goes back to Bouch. Bouch will go down looking for Draisaitl. It goes in front. Hyman puts it over top of the net. McDavid's side of the net jam. Can't get it going. And now Hyman's got a chance here. Creeping down is Bouchard. McDavid stick handling to get away from the defender. He does. Doesn't know where it is now. Tied up. McDavid takes a cross check, but it's Leon Draisaitl who powers through. Broberg's going to fire the shot on down. Hits Hyman in the pads. This one back to Broberg. It gets past him at the blue line. It's chipped down low, and now all of a sudden a race for the puck. Bouchard able to come up with it and retrieve for the Oilers, who will start back the other way. Here's Connor McDavid and Zach Hyman at the blue line. The Oilers now have Draisaitl busting across the blue line, and Draisaitl will put that offside, and Zach Hyman will touch up for the call. Flipper Do, welcome in. And that's a good shift from the top line, but just tough for Hyman, who puts it right off the stick of Fleury and up and over top of the net, and then a chance there. Yep, literally just missed it by that much. If he didn't hit the net, it goes back in the net, and Zach Hyman's been snake bitten over the past couple of games here, that's for sure. Multiple chances. Derek Ryan fires it around. Shot comes in from the blue line, tipped in front, and it will be a save by Marc-Andre Fleury to keep this one at bay on the shot from Tyson Barrie. 7:57 to go here in this second period. All right. Take a second to yawn. It's going to be a late night again. It could be. The second period zipping along here. 2 goals for the Wild, 1 for the Oilers so far, and it's 2-2 with 7:57 remaining. Devon Shore wins the faceoff. It's back to Tyson Barrie again. Barrie dances around a defender who is somebody's lost a stick now for the Oilers. Shots, short side save, stand-up save there by Marc-Andre Fleury. That was an old school save right there against the post. Derek Ryan goes to work. Devon Shore tries to come up with this. And this is a guy that if you're going to keep having him in the lineup, you're going to have to get something from him. Devon Shore, 1 point in 18 games this season for the Oilers, and not adding up anything at all in terms of offense or really penalty kill prowess for the Edmonton Oilers this season. Shot on Campbell. He makes the save, and then he's tackled all the way out of the net. Marcus Foligno takes a shot at Derek Ryan, and now all of a sudden Klim Kostin wants a part of him. And it looks like Brett Kulak's had his helmet knocked off. You'll be interested to see if that's a penalty. Greenway's battling there. And Kulak says his helmet was pulled off, so that will be a penalty if the refs call the game according to the rule book we've seen over the past several games here. And now we'll see. Kulak apparently does not get the penalty. That's unfortunate. Ooh. And so here's Kulak getting tied up behind the net. And Kostin almost gets a penalty there too. So I guess they just offset it in the scrum, I guess you could say. The Oilers, however, see it cleared out of their zone on the face-off win by the Wild. Dumb it down to play it. This one's going to go back to the Oilers' blue line where Darnell Nurse has it in possession. He fires it off the boards. Goes right onto the stick of Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. And you'd like to see this line not take a dumb penalty here. That's number one. As Darnell Nurse carries across right into the slot. It's carried up by Goligoski, who loses it to Puljujarvi. Puljujarvi spins, button hooks, and gets it going here to Matthias Janmark, who goes along the boards. He'll work down to Nugent-Hopkins, who goes down to Puljujarvi, who's beat to the puck, but the Oilers able to keep it in on a fortunate bounce, and then Janmark loses possession, but the Oilers able to keep it together long enough to keep it in the zone again on another attempt here for this second line. It goes across to Dylan Holloway, who's jumped over the boards now. Brad Malone goes to play it. He can't get it going. Now 6:22 to go in this second period. It's played all the way down to Jack Campbell. Campbell goes down low. This one played by Kaprizov. Can't get it across. And now Hamblin gets it up the boards. 6:10 to go in this second period. Chance here now for the Oilers to see this one back. Man, back into their own zone, I was going to say. And just like that, the Minnesota Wild take the 3-2 lead. And the oh man, this Dolynny TV second period stream curse is real. And Flipperdo, to your point, they did call a penalty last night in a scrum for taking the helmet off. So that's something that Jack and Louie were just discussing. But Jack Campbell, man, what are you doing, dude? Stop hunching over. Stand tall, man. Like, that's the second straight goal Jack Campbell's been mini in the net. And when you give him a foot upstairs to beat you, he's going to beat you every time in the NHL. And look at how small Jack Campbell is up top there. And that is just not a good play at all by Jack Campbell to start things off. 3 goals in the last 8 games for Frederick Gaudreau. And that's just right out of the gate. The Oilers come out of the period and score 1, give up 3. And right where we are now is exactly where you figure you would be most games in Minnesota, I guess you could say, as Dreisaitl's going to come back the other way, and now the Oilers got to come back from down low again in a hockey game for yet another one tonight. After scoring the first goal again, I don't get it. But the Wild, back the other way into the Oilers zone. That's the problem with Jack Campbell, is every time that puck comes back the other way, you just have a feeling something bad's going to happen. Draisaitl looking, shoots, and denied by Marc-Andre Fleury. Zach Hyman's got it down low behind the net as McDavid gets it going, and now it's back up to Bouchard, who fires the shot. It's blocked, and the Oilers maintain possession. That's what I've said earlier, is Bouchard is doing a much better job of, even if the shot's blocked, keep it in possession. This one goes down to Hyman in the far side corner. Hyman's going to go work around the net. Shot fired off the pads of Fleury over to the outstretched arms of Bouchard and back all the way down to Kulak. Here's the problem. For only having 9 shots, the Oilers have had some absolute dominant stretches in this hockey game so far. 4:42 to go in this second period. And here we go. This is going to be Kulak going ahead. to Devon Shore. Fourth this season. Gaudreau gets, and Patan and Merrill get the assists. The Oilers back into the offensive zone. This Klimkost and out here playing this puck for the Oilers, and now back to Darnell Nurse. Shot fired into traffic. Nobody knows who it is, but dangerous chance there for the Oilers goes sideways because, of course, this third line ain't going to be scoring any goals, I don't think. It would be a shocker to me if Devon Shore scored a goal for the Oilers, as Tyson Barrie will play this one here. Devon Shore kicks it off his skate back into Minnesota Wild possession in the defensive zone for the Oilers. The Wild running it around now a little bit here. Leaves it off to Dumba. 3:52 to go in this second period, and I'm not going to be making the third. I do not have it in me. Gaudreau going to fire this shot up and over top of the net. Derek Ryan's going to go off the boards. And this one worked out there by the Oilers. 3:38 to go in the second period. Now the Wild back into the Oilers zone. And the best part about this, we're down 3-2. It does not feel like the Oilers are far from done here. And it looks like Devon Shore was just shoved from behind in Jack Campbell. And that looked similar to the goaltender interference on Soderblom last night. And unfortunately for the Oilers, they don't get the call. And now suddenly we're talking about the Oilers missing a couple of power play opportunities because the refs just aren't calling things. And that's a recipe for disaster, as this one's going to go back the other way. Nugent Hopkins back into the defensive zone. Bouchard up to Nugent Hopkins, and this one turned over again to the Wild. Now all of a sudden the Oilers outside of the top line can't get anything generated. And here's now Nugent Hopkins walking across the line. He can't get it going. And this one to Puljujärvi. He's got it back into the skates of Bouchard. The Oilers trying to cross the line here. Again, Janmark fails to get across the line. Puljujärvi can't come up with the puck. And the Wild get it going. This one's going to go here to Bouchard where he can't get it past the Wild attack. And now Ryan Reeves battling Philip Broberg, and this one's going to play back to the Wild there as they walk this one backhand there on why am I even trying at this point? Jack Campbell, sorry. I am absolutely shot. Sorry, friends. I am absolutely just annihilated after that live stream last night in this second period, not exactly being my friend. And yeah, Dumba shoves Shore into Campbell, and it's not a penalty at all. This one's getting going, as this has been a tough second period. It was a good first period for the Oilers, good first period for the Wild. The Oilers had the 1-0 edge. Then all of a sudden things just kind of fall wheels off the bus. But two dumb penalties by Matthias Janmark are kind of the real difference makers I'd be looking at here. That's kind of exactly where you'd point the finger at what went wrong in this period for the Oilers. Just some dumb, unnecessary penalties. CC Janmark, kind of the whole dealio there, and that just kind of leads to a couple of goals going in and costing the Oilers a lead here in this second period. All right, let's see what we can find out about this Oilers Wild game. Let's see if we can't load up the scorebook and see what's happening here. And we'll go here. And so yeah, right, it's Kirill Kaprizov on the power play. It's Joel Eriksson Ek on the power play. Two goals that just should not have happened. Of course, the CC penalty, the Janmark penalty, and then not too long after Matthias Janmark's penalty had expired, Frederick Gaudreau scores the next goal for the Wild. So it's just one of those things of the Oilers get themselves into penalty trouble, playing catch up all period. Yeah, sure, you get the 2-1 lead, but you're going to shoot yourself in the foot doing that very, very quickly. And that's exactly what's going to happen. But it's tough. It's tough. As we'll see what happens here. Let's go here in this one as Jack Campbell and Stuart Skinner chatting to each other. Jack Campbell trying to figure it out here in the pipes for the Oilers. But Jack Campbell, Stuart Skinner getting it going. Obviously, that's a good little duo the Oilers got there. And they like playing soccer together and getting things going. And obviously, they're good buddies. And that's the best part about this. They've picked each other up after each other struggled. And so far, so good for the Oilers. I mean, we're 13-10 on the year, right? So don't mind me with how the Oilers are playing right now. It's, of course, on a, well, 3-game win streak as well. Here's Nugent Hopkins behind the net. 2:03 to go in the second period. as this one's going to be worked ahead. And now Bugsy Malone out here to get it going. And CC will fire this one back into the Wild zone. Marc-Andre Fleury out to play at $1:49 to go here in this second period. McDavid's line now out there for the Oilers. This one's going to be worked out into the Oilers zone by the Wild. Falling back, everybody in. Shimmy shake there from Kaprizov. And he gets around but hits the side of the net, I think. I don't think Campbell got a piece of that, but he might have. As this one, $1:29. Wild behind the net. Shot, save Campbell. And Boldy getting it going. Actually, that one hit the side of the net this time. And this one's going to be blocked by Nurse. Staying on his feet that time, just letting it hit his skate. The Oilers able to work this puck out. Zuccarello now in his defensive zone. $1:13 to go here in this second period. And I am going to be done after this one. This is just, I do not got the gusto to go for the third tonight. I thought I would, but I do not. And with $1:02 to go here in this second period, we're just about up and done. And here's now a chance for Connor McDavid to get skating with Zach Hyman. Hyman's skating down the wing. And now McDavid's going to dump off to Draisaitl, who goes back to the point. Chance now for Barry to play it down low. And then we'll go to Zach Hyman, who's got a chance to work it back to the high point. Now Barry across to Draisaitl. Draisaitl spins off the defender of Eriksson Ek. He'll go back behind the net. This one's getting to go. Here's the shot, saved by Fleury. And it's 3-on-3 back the other way now as Draisaitl comes into the play with 26 seconds to go. Shot sails off of Campbell up and out of play. All of a sudden, Campbell's been the more tested goalie so far. So realistically, here the other side too is it's an .800 save percentage for Marc-Andre Fleury, and Jack Campbell not too far behind at this point. And see what happens here. And was saved there from Marc-Andre Fleury extending the pad, and then Fleury just about biffs it there into McDavid. And now a defensive zone draw for the Oilers' third line shift. You got to believe they can just get this done, get this finished up, and away we go. But instead, the Wild win the face-off, get a shot off the face-off, just about put a top cheddar on Campbell, but he makes the save, and this one will be tied up along the boards. The Wild one last chance with the puck here in the Oilers zone. They fired in on Campbell, saved by Campbell. He thought it was going cross crease. It hits him, goes to the side of the net, and with 7.7, we'll have another face-off here to the right or left of Jack Campbell. And now all of a sudden I see the stream jump up to 35 viewers, and you guys are going to try and force my hand to go for the third period. I know it, and that's fine and dandy. We'll try and see what we can get going. Maybe we'll get this third period going up here. I need some water. That I forgot to bring down here before coming down here, so that will get going, and maybe we'll survive. Shot from the Wild, saved by Campbell, batted away by the Oilers defense. 2.5 seconds to go, and with the second period up and over, my friends, this is Dolynny TV. Thank you so much for tuning in. We are not done. You know what? I just saw 33. I was expecting this stream to kind of flatten out after the Oilers allowed the couple of goals against this period, but things have cropped up. My friends, I'll be right back. I'm going to go grab water. I'm going to leave you with a graphic, and we'll be right back. All right, here we go. Back to it, my friends. If you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, that's what the graphic's there for. All right, anyway, for the Oilers in that period, let's sum it up and get it going. Wanted to watch first to last period, but I got here third period. Julie, that's all good. Oil, welcome. And Minnesota Wild's Goalie Sucks is back. Everybody's joining back into the stream. Dodger's back. Chemo's back. Everybody's heading in here. So, folks, welcome back. Glad to have you along. We'll get this third period going. Unfortunately, of course, I didn't start streaming until the second period, so that's on me tonight, but it is what it is. Leon Draisaitl started our scoring way back in the first period. The only goal of the period, his 16th from Evan Bouchard, 8th assist for Bouchard, 24th assist for Connor McDavid on the power play. And here's the problem. Here's the problem so far. Is even strength scoring. The Oilers and Wild are dead even. There's nothing special about the even strength scoring so far for either team. Connor McDavid's got one. Frederick Gaudreau's got one. That's not the dealio. The dealio right now is Joel Eriksson Ek and Kirill Kaprizov have 2 power play goals for the Minnesota Wild, and that's kind of where we sit right now, is this Oilers team chasing the special teams, obviously, right? The penalty kill, not so good for the Oilers tonight. 2 goals against on 3 attempts, and the Oilers power play only 1 for 2 so far. So this game very much so could still change on a dime right here if you're talking about everything opening up for the Oilers if they get an early period power play here in this third one against the Minnesota Wild. So they're talking about Jack Campbell's rough start to this hockey game so far, and I mean it has been rough. He really has not shown much confidence in net for the Oilers so far, and a couple of goals you really wish you would have back kind of deal is just, I mean, you can talk about the Oilers defense failing, but kind of the way Jack Campbell's getting beat is there's no way really justifying him being beat like that is my toughest part. But it is what it is. Everyone will analyze it differently, and we'll figure it out here as we go along. But the problem for Campbell, too, is he can look really good in net for stretches of play. He can look really good, right? That Tampa Bay game, man, if you were getting that Jack Campbell every game, light me up. But unfortunately, that's not the Jack Campbell we're getting right now. And look at this mess of jerseys. The reverse retros, Ducks and Wild. But look at how about that. Stoller's beat on a cross crease flip around the net by Jason Robertson, who's got the NHL lead in goals, I still believe, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, so it's one of those things right now for the Oilers of just get the goaltending in the third period, get a power play, and you probably win this hockey game, to be honest with you. There's Sean Monahan picking up his first assist in Calgary as a member of the Montreal Canadiens, and that is an absolute boneheaded play by Jacob Markstrom, allowing that goal, by the way, too, if you're wondering. As right now, the Wild and Oilers, it's 3-2, and what else do we got? 1-0 for Montreal. Just a few, 18 minutes into the hockey game against the Calgary Flames. Okay, game on. And the standings as they currently sit. This is something I'm interested in seeing here. We get going into the Western Conference. The Oilers sitting in 7th with 26 points. The Colorado Avalanche actually have less points and less wins on the season than the Oilers, but 3 less games played, so keep that in mind too. And realistically too, you look at the top clubs within the top few in the Western Conference. The Oilers are tied for 3rd in wins in Western Conference wins totals, so that's actually we're all of a sudden right back in the thick of things. And when you get to the wild card and you start developing how that looks, the Oilers sitting in that playoff position right there in the second wild card by a solid 3 points up over Calgary and a solid 2 points for home ice over, well, I guess not home ice. If it was the MLB, I guess it would be home ice. But 26 to 24 points for Nashville, and trying to work ahead of LA, who has 25 games played and 28 points in the standings. So for the Oilers, the ground is there to be made up. You win tonight, you get into 3rd in the Pacific Division, and suddenly you're talking about a playoff spot and only being 3 points behind Seattle for that final spot behind Vegas in the 2-hole. So not a bad situation. Again, lots to clean up in that third period, but again, the Oilers are a team capable of doing that. Heck, we did it against the New York Rangers in dramatic fashion. Maybe not this dramatic that time out, but or that dramatic this time out. Mixed up this and that, but hopefully for the Oilers we figure it out and get the job done. It's kind of what this win streak's kind of proved to us, is not done until it's done, right? So for the Oilers, if they can just figure it out after rough first 40 minutes and get some more shots on net, and that's all it's really going to take, is a lot of shots to beat Marc-Andre Fleury, because for the Oilers, it's not like they've had a ton of shots so far this game. You see there on the score graphic, it's not a whole ton of a lot yet. And if we go to live tracker here for the Oilers, you look at this here and look at this guy. Look at this, Ryan Miller. And 10 shots on goal for the Oilers after 2 periods of play. That's it. 10 shots on goal. Minnesota's got 17. That's what you need to know. You want to know how the Oilers win this hockey game? Start shooting the puck. Start getting shots on Fleury, because clearly if he's given up a goal every 5 shots, I think the Oilers definitely have a strong shot of trying to win this game. So hopefully they can get the job done, and we'll see what happens this evening for sure. So we're sitting there waiting for this one to get back underway. We're on the intermission, folks. If you're just joining the stream and would like to leave a like on the stream, that would help out big time, as it just helps up the interaction on the stream and allows other people to find the stream a bit easier as well. And now all of a sudden we paced out 323 views here on the stream this evening. So here we go. Let's go quickly add up the calculator and see what we can add together. 321 views on the stream times 2.55, and let's go here. 818 divided by 60, 13.45 hours, whatever you want to round up, round down. But right now for the Oilers, right, big part is this third period could really help a guy like me out if they can come out and get on fire right out of the gate, and of course get everybody back engaged with this hockey game. I was going to quit the stream after the second period, but all of a sudden the numbers started peaking up, and it's December 1st, so you want to try and set the bar high to start the month, and that's exactly what we're going to do. 324 views on the live stream so far. We're going to try and gun up for 1,000 by the end of this live stream. So again, if you can be so kind to hit that like button, that'll go a long ways to helping out with that goal right there. And of course, 50 watch hours, not a bad time to start things off. And Mark, that's the thing. You can say only one line's dangerous so far, but the other lines would start shooting the puck on net instead of dancing around the corners. Maybe we can start getting things done, because you look at the shots on goal. Broberg has 1, Draisaitl has 2, Hamblin has 1, Hyman has 3, Kulak has 1, Connor McDavid has 1, and Devon Shore has 1. So outside of that top line, it's a couple of D-men and 2 guys on the bottom pair. Where's that Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, Jesper Puljujärvi line getting things going with Mattias Janmark, right? Oh, I forgot. Mattias Janmark's too busy taking dumb penalties this game, so don't worry about me. Anyway, not really calling out Janmark. I'm just a little frustrated that in back-to-back games, the second line has taken multiple penalties from the same player. That's really all that I'm upset about. Is it's just kind of frustrating in that sense that for the Oilers, they seem to be taking a bunch of dumb penalties just where they don't need to be, and that's costing them so far in this game, right? They've lost the special teams battle so far. All right. Here we go. And of course, with that said, Mark, to your point, you're going to see Mattias Janmark come out with a fire under his butt, and he's going to probably do something special in this third period if I know anything about how I talk on the Oilers streams. Anyways, we've got our buddy there about the Wild's goal. He's saying that the Wild are going to choke it in the third period. We're hoping they're going to get it done. But to Eric's point, just joining in the chat here, 10 shots on goal. That's the question. Yes, the Oilers have really struggled in the shot department tonight, and hopefully we can get the job done. But again, the goal scoring summary, Julie, you're asking there. Let me recap this. We're just about ready to start the third period anyway, so we'll recap it. I'll throw you an ad, and we should be ready to go. Leon Draisaitl has it on the power play from Bouchard and Connor McDavid to open the scoring. Then Connor McDavid got the goal from Leon Draisaitl and Zach Hyman midway into that second period, 4:22 actually, not really that deep into it. his 19th from Draisaitl's 22nd assist and Hyman's 15th assist. So Connor McDavid now up to 43 points in game number 24 of the season. So Connor, if he pops off for a couple of points this period, could really get back closer to that whole total there that he was having earlier on in the season where he was averaging 2 points per game. So don't mind me. That would be not too bad at all. But we'll see what happens. And Lofi, they're saying not getting the clean shots, killing us. Realistically, just jam it into the dirty areas. Try and pile up the shots, right? What are the Wild doing it? Driving it right to Jack Campbell. And I think the Oilers could really get a little bit of that going against Marc-Andre Fleury, who really hasn't looked that good so far tonight. So if you can drive it to Marc-Andre Fleury, I think you've got an opportunity to try and win yourself a hockey game this evening. Here's Bob Stauffer joining Gene Principe on the road here. And Bob Stauffer in the intermission coming on from 6:30 Ched. That man does not get much of a break. He starts up about 10 minutes pre-game and then goes all the way to about 20 minutes post-game, and then all of a sudden Reed Wilkins takes over again, but it is what it is. Here we go. The Oilers waiting to get this one back underway, so plenty of work so far. 16:22 for Darnell Nurse here in this 2 periods of play tonight, so he should average out to play about 24-25 minutes tonight. Connor McDavid, 13:28, light work for him tonight. 13:14 for Draisaitl, light work for him again tonight. And then Zach Hyman looking to pace on about as normal. So we'll see what happens. But for the Oilers now, maybe you've kind of survived long enough in this game, allowing Connor and Leon to rest up after having a late night last night. You can maybe go out there and get things rolling into this third period where you allow the Oilers to really get it going. But folks, the next commercial break, I'll send you an ad and then we'll get this third period underway, but we're still a few moments away from that happening. So if you're new to the channel or just joining us for the first time and haven't left a like on the stream yet, leave me a like and let's talk about it. But Brian, to your point there about whatever I'm drinking must be good, I needed water after that second period, and I'm just trying to suck it down because I forgot to have water in the second period, and that cost me for sure. But I'm also very tired after a late night last night. Didn't get to bed till 11:30 after streaming last night's hockey game, so it is what it is. Anyway, folks, here we go. Let's go quickly check out the stats one more time as we're up to almost 400 views this hour, and quickly checking out on the watch time. I mean, we can talk all about the views, but the views really don't add up to a heck of a lot on live streams when you really realistically look at it. 1,036, that's 17.28 hours. Tim, good evening, welcome aboard. And now here we are, ready to go to work in this third period. We will go to commercial break, so I will send you an ad and I will put up my little graphic here in case you don't get the ad to consider subscribing to Dolynny TV. That's something that we've really been hammering home here heavily the past 2 days, but that's simply because I am just this close, literally this close away from 10,000 subscribers, and if I want a chance to do it this year, I got to do it right now, right here, every Oilers live stream, and then hopefully take it home and get the job done during the World Juniors, which we will have coverage all winter long here during the World Juniors on Dolynny TV. Christmas, New Year's, we will have coverage for sure of the World Juniors because it is one of the most magical times to live stream on hockey YouTube. Let me tell you, the numbers are off the charts, the people are off the charts, and the emotions, the excitement is off the charts here in Canada every time there's a World Juniors. So hopefully for us we can get that going, but it is what it is, and we'll see what ends up happening here if you guys are going to be so kind to hit that subscribe button and make the difference. Of course, like I said, we talk a lot about the Oilers, so I'd promise you a lot of Edmonton Oilers talk. It's hard to talk about the Oilers a lot when they're on back-to-backs, but we'll get the job done, and there you go. First victim of the night down in the subscriber column. 93.21 now instead of that 93.20 we ended up last night with. So there we go. We're off and flying. Commercial break is in progress. Quick check of the phone to see what's going on. And all of a sudden, not too much happening over there. So we'll stay focused on the stream. try and take home, like I said, 1,000 views tonight wouldn't be a bad get to get going. And do the Minnesota Wild wins? No, the Minnesota Wild are not winning this one. The Oilers have a pretty good chance of coming back. Like I said, what it's going to be is a turn of the period power play for the Oilers, where you just got to get out there first about minute and a half, get a power play chance, and then go light it up and score your goal that you need to tie this one up if you're the Edmonton Oilers. That's really all you got to look at it as, and hopefully they can get the job done and get it going. But first off, you just got to get your legs moving in this third period. And then if you do that, we should be fine and dandy the rest of the way home, hopefully. So we'll have to stay tuned and see what happens. But hopefully for the Oilers, it does happen. And away we go, and we can get this done. But there we go. We should be done in commercial breaks. And Connor McDavid is ready to rock and roll for another period in a row here, as he will be up. And actually, I just want to check that NHL logo. I've never actually looked at that on the jerseys. That's really interesting, as they've got the old school NHL logo there on the Adidas jerseys, the actual like old school previous patch kind of logo from back in the day. Anyway, you want to see a hammy goal? Yeah, I would love to see Jimmy the Hammer score a goal. That would be a big get for the Oilers and a big get for the development curve of the Bakersfield Condors. Here's Tyson Barrie on the ice with Connor McDavid. We'll start on the wing with Leon Draisaitl taking the face off at center ice. Joel Eriksson-Ek in to take it. This one a face-off win there by the Oilers. Now this one a shot ahead down the ice, and nothing happening here as Marcus Foligno will carry it in. Shot comes in up over top of the net. Nice play there by Barrie to get it to the corner, but it's an immediate turnover to the Wild. And now Barrie's still got to battle this puck to get it out of the zone, and the Wild trying their best, and Zach Hyman now gets it across to Leon Draisaitl. 19:37 to go here in this third period. The Oilers got to get their feet moving. Connor drawing a penalty would be huge. He's going to gun up and try to cut to the outside. Leaves it on the stick of Eriksson-Ek, who goes down the ice. Foligno interfered with by Barrie, but no penalty upcoming. This one's going to come to the near side boards, into the corner now for the Wild, who are working here. Draisaitl across to Kulak. And now Connor McDavid's looking for a pass. He's going to dump it down, and Hyman will go chasing after it into the offensive zone. He's trying to be a pest on the forecheck. Can't come up with it. He's got to get off for a change. The Oilers trying to keep this one alive. Yes, Puljujärvi across the ice and can't get it going. So now the Oilers will see this one drifted in on Campbell. He'll freeze the puck with the 19th shot of the game and his 16th save. Chris Dunning took a fall in the face-off dot, and I guess Draisaitl just ends up pushing him over. Sure, okay. I don't really understand how that happens. Oh, it's a skate of Foligno. It's not even Draisaitl who pushed him over. Okay. And now Darnell Nurse will retrieve the puck after the face-off win and bounced off the boards. The Wild kept it in briefly, but Puljujärvi able to play it ahead to Nugent-Hopkins. Nugent-Hopkins backhands it on Fleury, who has to cover that puck. There you go. She's a broken play, but it's a shot on net nonetheless for the Edmonton Oilers, who will get the freeze on Fleury. 18:39 to go here. The shot now number 11 of the game for the Oilers. They're just looking to try and tuck this one away here and get another period, another start of the period goal, I guess you could say. They had one in the first 5 minutes last period. Hopefully another one here would be a long way to go. Here's an opportunity. The Oilers win the face-off. Derek Ryan, the shot from Cody Ceci, hits the man in front. He falls down. He's lumbering a little bit out there. He's definitely hurting, and he's going to go to the bench in a lot of pain. Will whoever number 89 for the Minnesota Wild is. Ceci is going to go to Costin. Costin's going to play this one off, and now Darnell Nurse leads through the middle. He's going to rip a shot. Fleury fights it off. It goes up and out of play, they're saying, and they will whistle the puck down, as the referee says it did indeed go up and out of play. So there you go. That's what the Oilers need to do, is direct shots on net. So far Nugent-Hopkins, so far Darnell Nurse getting that exact job done for the Edmonton Oilers early on in this period as they get things rolling. Folks, we're just two likes off of 20 on the stream, so if you'd be so kind, if you haven't already, just saying. There's the shot by Darnell Nurse, and Fleury has to fight that one off. Fleury's looked just about as comfortable as Jack Campbell tonight, and Campbell hasn't looked comfortable at all, so keep that in mind. The Oilers are averaging, starting this period, a goal every 5 shots. They've got 2, so it's just a matter of time now, hopefully, for the Oilers. But here's Ryan Reeves, who has his shot blocked. The Oilers are able to get it going by Nugent Hopkins up to Jesse Puljujärvi, who will play it off the boards to Mattias Janmark. Janmark looks to leave it there for Puljujärvi, who's going to fire the shots short side on Fleury, who's again, oh, there's a tip in front. That one goes off of somebody, a missed swat. But here's Puljujärvi flying around. He's really looking dangerous on this shift. And here's a chance now for Janmark to drag this one puck over to Philip Broberg, who plays it down to Puljujärvi, rims it around the boards. Bouchard has to go chasing it after, and he will keep it in. And unfortunately, he doesn't get it going as Broberg retreats in his defensive zone. 19-13 the shots, so the Oilers turning shots in here early on in this period. They've already got 30% more of their shots just like that. And here's a chance now for the Wild to get on the attack. They're going to drag to the backhand. Campbell down low. You got to think at least there was some kind of adjustment made in the locker room. Here's a shot coming in, drifted, paddled aside by Campbell. At least he's going to try and up that save percentage a little bit tonight, not let everything in, I guess. Shot number 20 turned aside for the Minnesota Wild. 16:53 to go in the third period. Wild back across the blue line. Here's a partial break, and never mind. Why'd I open my big fat mouth? Ooh, my goodness. That was one heck of a breakdown there by the Oilers. And Jack Campbell gets put in a blender, and Sam Steele scores the 4th goal of the game for the Minnesota Wild. And that is tough. That is tough. Sam, welcome into the stream, by the way. But look at this. Just a terrible breakdown there by the Oilers. And just, I don't know what actually led to that. But, yeah, that is just rough. But, I mean, the Oilers, Campbell's going the wrong way, and the Oilers give him a 1-on-0, and it is what it is. This one's back, shot on Campbell, and he'll make the save. And I'm not worried about the Oilers losing this game as of yet. As Greenway gets up. I'm really not worried as if the Oilers can get shots on net, right? The Wild have 4 goals on 22 shots. If the Oilers can get 22 shots on net, I think we'll be just fine. But it's a matter of getting those shots on the net, that's for sure. Here's Draisaitl getting it going. And let's see what we can't do, folks, here. Draisaitl loses the face-off to the Wild. The Wild in the defensive zone, shot saved by Campbell, will redo the face-off, and now hopefully things get going. Alright. Ooh, Ceci absolutely buried Greenway in the back of the corner there. That was a rough hit. Alright, here we go. 16:28 to go in this third period. The Oilers will have a defensive zone face-off to the right of Jack Campbell, who's allowed 4 goals on 23 shots. And here's a chance now for the Oilers to cue that comeback and make it number 9 on the season in terms of comeback victories. Yes, Puljujärvi out there to play it. Marc-Andre Fleury chips it along the boards, but the Oilers quick on the attack to get back, trying to get this going in the right direction in the offensive zone. Puljujärvi's battling there. Puljujärvi's still battling there. Kulak jams a shot towards the net. Everybody ducks. Everybody kind of scared of that one coming in high and heavy. But Nugent Hopkins is going to run interference. They're not going to call it, so that's going to work out good for the Oilers. And this one's going to be flipped in the middle of the ice. High stick by Puljujärvi down the ice into the Wild end. They'll go off for a line change. And now here's where you need a depth goal. I mean, you need a depth goal from somebody bad. Like, I mean, Bouchard, Broberg, Ceci, somebody on the blue line would be preferable. Somebody in the bottom 6 would be amazing. But you just need somebody to do something somewhere. And here comes Cody Ceci walking across the blue line right on cue. As the Oilers, Zach Hyman battling at the blue line, keeps it into Draisaitl. Draisaitl jams it back, but it bounces off a skate back to Darnell Nurse at the Oilers blue line. Here we go. Got a chance to cross 50 viewers on the live stream here too. It looks like Wild fans are screaming for a penalty, none forthcoming. And 15:08 for the Oilers right here, as this one's going to be chipped out into the Oilers zone. Offside were the Wild, so the Oilers able to cleanly regroup. They're going to get out from behind their net, and Darnell Nurse leads it out. And down the ice to McFlurry. Flurry. Yikes. Shot. McDavid almost had himself a goal. Couldn't juggle that one out of the middle of the ice, though. And here's Darnell Nurse stepping into a shot. It's blocked. Now Darnell Nurse will stutter step, look for a defensive zone passing lane. He's got Bouchard. Bouchard able to pass it right up the gut, and now the Oilers back the other way. Devon Shore up to Derek Ryan, and how important would a goal from Clem Costin or somebody be here for the Oilers if they could get it going? This one's going to be flipped off the boards out in the middle of the ice, and Philip Broberg will get it going. Evan Bouchard's going to play it ahead to Clem Costin. Costin's going to play it off to Derek Ryan. Derek Ryan's going to go here to Bouchard. And this is going to go back the other way. And Devon Shore battling for that puck. As they're battling behind the net now. Devon Shore still trying to come up with this puck. Here's a chance for the Wild. They fire it across. Can't complete the one-timer. And all of a sudden this third line getting a little beat down in their own zone here. As the Wild dancing around the Kaprizov line back out there. Nice play by Broberg to seal off the man. Here's the shot fired wide of the net. Jack Campbell with the glove up, didn't make contact, and now the Wild fire their shot in. This one, the Oilers just can't seem to come up with a puck anywhere here. And all of a sudden, they're just getting run around like I said. Kaprizov doing the running around for sure for the Wild here. Shot saved by Campbell up and out of play. And we will stop for a second here. Alright. Stoppage in play. Sam Steele makes it 4-2. Alright. Stop for a second here. I'm going to throw you guys an ad since we're on the ad page. And that said, too, if you'd be so kind, my friends, to consider hitting that subscribe button to us here on Dolynny TV. Of course, I've been a little more vocal the past two streams. The goal is 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. I have it roadmapped that it should be very easily doable by the end of the year with the World Juniors factored in. But let me tell you, you helping me out tonight. If you're enjoying the play-by-play, the commentary, I would love to have you along to talk Oilers every single day. All you have to do is check out the other videos on my channel to see what the whole shtick is here on Dolynny TV. But it'd be my great pleasure to have you along for a whole season of Oilers talk, right? We can get down and note about Jack Campbell on a random Thursday night in December now. But the more fun is to be had at the end of the season when Stuart Skinner and the Edmonton Oilers and Jack Campbell and company get the job done, get into the playoffs, and away we go for a good little run here in May, June, April, all that. So, love to have you for that. So that's my little ad for myself. Just have to throw that out there. And let's see what we need to do here. Calculator. $5.99 times 2. What is that? 85 divided by 60. We are up at 28.5 hours on the stream so far watched. Thank you again for that, friends, as we're rocking and rolling here. Things are going. But to both your points there, guys, everybody about the goaltending and the defense in the chat, you got to remember that the Oilers are down Yamamoto, Kane, and don't forget Fogle right now too. The best offense or the best defense is a good offense. Right now the Oilers have about 4 guys in the bottom 6 that are not NHL regular players. A couple of them might swap in and out, but it looks like we've got a penalty call upcoming. A hooking call against who? The Minnesota Wild? Number 19, Minnesota Wild, taking a penalty. All right, game on. And, yep, nope, that's it. And they ruled the Minnesota Wild touched that puck. Okay, game on. And here we go, 13:06, a penalty to Nicholas Patan. And, of course, the guy we've talked about over on Clem Hawks. Here's a chance for Draisaitl, who will try to win this face-off. The Oilers, like I said, you needed a power play at some point. We only have 2 shots on the power play. Right now would be a good time to to pound up the shots and pound in the goals. Here's a shot from McDavid. He's turned aside, quickly pounces on the puck. Here's Nugent Hopkins driving to the middle. It's a chance for Hyman back. Here's Bouchard, fires the shot, stopped by Fleury. Glove down off the boards. And it is good to go. 12:46 to go here in this third period. The Oilers just freshly onto the power play, so we'll see what happens here. Be nice to see if the Oilers can get something done. Well, I don't know. I think I misheard Ralphie there, but it's number 18, Nicholas Patan, or whatever number Patan is. Bouchard has this puck. $1:30 to go in the power play, so the Oilers still have a fresh power play to get through. And Connor McDavid carrying through the middle. He's got the puck on his skates, and this one's going to battle in there. Now a chance here for the Oilers to go into the boards. And a chance across. Now Draisaitl. We'll go back to the blue line. Bouchard. Now Nugent Hopkins fires the shot, blocked in front. Draisaitl setting things up. Bouchard back to Draisaitl. Draisaitl, of course, the Oilers have lost the special teams battle so far tonight, so we do it here right now, and all of a sudden away we go. Here's the shot. McDavid, chance here. Back to Bouchard, and here we go. Back to Bouchard again. Bouchard, Nuge, McDavid off the side of the net or post. I'm not really sure what that hit. Chance in front, bounces, rebound. Oh my goodness, the denial by Marc-Andre Fleury. The Oilers keep it alive though, and here's Connor McDavid and Nugent Hopkins to shot. McDavid, far side, couldn't come up with the puck. And my goodness, what a shift there from the Oilers on the power play, getting it going. And now all of a sudden you got to empty the tank and try to win this hockey game by simply getting a goal right here. The Oilers turn it over. Bouchard beat to the puck, and this is a 1-on-0 breakaway shot and bounces in front. Campbell sees it go around behind the net. Lucky play there. And it is going down the ice now. Hyman keeping it alive. 2 seconds to go on the power play. The big boys stayed out there the whole two. And 11-0 on the board. My goodness. Sorry, boys. That was a scramble of a power play, my friends. That was a mess because the Oilers were just getting dangerous looks, and I can't keep up. Not after last night. I ain't really standing a good chance of keeping up. Derek Ryan, Dylan Holloway, and yes, Puljujärvi on the ice now for the Oilers, as it would be nice to see them come up with a goal. Puljujärvi potentially coming up, or Dylan Holloway with another one wouldn't be bad. As this one's Holloway getting knocked down in the middle. The Oilers do nothing power play, at least generates shots on net. And here's Puljujärvi to Darnell Nurse. Now Darnell Nurse misses that puck. Oh, well, never mind. And the Wild do have a number 19. What the heck is this guy talking about? Darnell Nurse keeps it alive. That's going to be played by Puljujärvi off of something. Marc-Andre Fleury out to play it. He's handling that puck behind the net. This one goes out. Fleury's down in net. And I don't know what the heck is happening here. All of a sudden, this game's just starting to fall apart for the Oilers here. And the Wild for some sake too. Shot saved by Fleury, and we will have a stoppage in play. Alright, here's the shot, and look at this one. Nugent Hopkins just denied by the outstretched paddle. Outstretched paddle of Marc-Andre Fleury. What a denial there. And then this one, this scramble behind the net there is, I mean, Fleury just gets taken out by Devon Shore. No call upcoming. But it is what it is, friends. We head to commercial break. I'll send you an ad. And again, reference again the subscribe ad that I've got going here on Dolynny TV in case you didn't get an ad served to you. Simply put, if you're new to the channel, I want you to subscribe. I want you to be a part of the Oilers talk every single day that we do here on Dolynny TV. And it'd be my great pleasure to have you along because, my friends, we're building towards that 10,000 heavily. Very quickly we'll be at 10,000 here. If I have it my way, by the end of December we will be at 10,000, and of course you can be a big help towards that number if you're new to the channel. Again, if it's all 60 of you are returning subscribers, at what point am I going to run out of new people to market to? That's the question. That's what everybody's been telling me for the longest while, and at some point we'll find that out, but we're not going to find it out today, as I know there's a ton more Oilers fans unreached out there in the world, and we will continue to try to reach them here on Dolynny TV as far as we can. As far as views go, we're talking about a pretty solid little day starting to add up here on Dolynny TV. 513 last hour, 205 this hour, and a total of well over 1,000 for the day. Just trying to finish up with a good little number, that's for sure. Anyway, Brian, here's a fresh subscribe for you. Thank you so much. Like I said, you kind of get this live interaction with me. I think I'm much better in video form. I hope I'm at least much better in video form. I get to have a little bit more fun without the distraction of the chat, so that's for sure. All right, anyway, what do we got? You guys are just babbling on about Toronto versus Edmonton. I'll leave that one alone. I don't need to get my big mouth going on that battle. But Pugliarvi got absolutely thrashed there into the boards by Reeves. And that's a big hit, heavy hit by Reeves. 9:45 to go here in this third period. The Oilers see the face-off come out of the zone. And this means now it'll go down and below into the neutral zone near side boards. The Oilers retrieve it though. Derek Ryan's got a partial break if he wants it. Nice deflection play by Patan behind the net. And 9:23 to go here in this third period. The Oilers have it, running it a bit into the Wild possession. And now the Capitals and Flames will play tomorrow night, I take it, or on Saturday? Saturday, 8 p.m. Mountain Time. Okay. When do the Oilers play on Saturday? Early? Anyway, this one shot down into the Wild zone. I guess they probably play at 5 o'clock. Pardon me, they play at 5 o'clock. This one's going to be golfed out by the Oilers, so just right onto the stick of a Wild, though, and it's turned back there, and Draisaitl gets the puck for the Oilers. It'll be worked across to McDavid. McDavid's going to keep this one, try to play it in front, and Fleury the save. All right. McDavid gets it going, and we've got another ad stoppage in play. That's fine. We'll battle through. As here we go. 8:43 to go. The Oilers have done crazier things this season. We'll wait to see what happens here, but seems like one of those nights where I shouldn't have fired up in the second period because you knew how it was going to go, but that's fine. We got plenty of time, and we're not going to give up hope yet for our Edmonton Oilers team. Zach Hyman here, as the Oilers have gotten up to 19 shots, and my theory's fallen untested through 10 shots almost, and the Wild just diving at pucks, making the most of every puck right now. And Darnell Nurse up with this pass to Connor McDavid, up ahead to Zach Hyman. It's turned back there, and now Cody Ceci will go across. This one's worked ahead, and this one's going to be shot, fired, save Campbell, and stopped right there. 25th shot of the game is save number 21 for Jack Campbell. All right. This one shot saved by Campbell. All right, 8:17 to go in the third period. Nugent Hopkins will draw in for a face-off there. Shot from Dumba, not coming, comes in there now and squeaks through Jack Campbell. Tough go, and Matt Dumba can't believe he scored that one. He was going back to defend. And that's, my goodness. And the Jay Woodcroft took a look at that one, I'm wondering. But that's just a tough goal to give up right there. And the back-to-back falls apart just like that. And look at this one right here. The 3-game win streak probably done now, but just gets through. And again, was it tipped? Yeah, it was tipped through. Bounces off of either Bouchard or Zuccarello in front. I mean, how much do you blame him there? But that's, again, another tough goal. Tough goal. Anyway, Zuccarello sees this one here. And now this will be played off by Campbell. And what I don't get is why the Oilers don't yank Campbell after a couple of bad goals. I don't get it. 8:02, third period. And I think, to Homelander's point here, the Wild are on a 6-game winning streak against the Oilers. So keep that in mind. All right, Jack Campbell getting it going. To the right, a face-off. Here we go. Chance for Nugent Hopkins. He's going to lose this face-off, so Goligoski plays it at the blue line. Chance here now for the Oilers to get it going back the other way. They overskate a puck. And here's a chance now for the Wild. Nothing happening there, thankfully, on that one. This one's going to be played back. Zuccarello gets it going out there. And this one, I mean, it really doesn't matter at this point what I say the Oilers are going to lose. So we can do the play-by-play thing, or we can just play apart the analyst part. And right now for the Oilers, I'd just like to see this second line come up with something here tonight. Because they've been pretty much a flat-out dud other than, yes, Puljujärvi one shift. Here's Derek Ryan getting across. Janmark fires the shot. Save right there. And, yeah, no, this one not going quite the Oilers' way at all. And, of course, sorry, guys, if you're wondering why I'm so defeated, I am very tired from last night. Last night took a lot out of me, and I'm going to be sleeping very well in bed tonight. Let me tell you, when this period comes to an end in 7 minutes and 3 seconds of game time, the Oilers behind the net. They're going to drag this one here. Klim Kostin got the puck here. He's going to work back to the blue line and fire it back down to Derek Ryan, who lets it off to Devon Shore. Devon Shore gets it going here. 6:42 to go in this third period. Derek Ryan's going to play it back down low. Devon Shore's going to go out in front. Can't get the pass to Derek Ryan. Shot comes in from Ceci. Blocked in front. Sorry, that's Bouchard. And then Broberg has it hop over his stick at the blue line. 6:26 to go here. The Oilers trying to push back into this game little by little. Whatever they can get. Kostin misses the pass completely to Malone. And now Hamlin will not be able to come up with this puck. And we'll be back into the Oilers zone. Hamlin retrieves it across to Bouchard. Bouchard's going to play it ahead to Hamlin. And here's where we need a goal from Hamlin right here. Bugsy Malone out there. Shot fired in. Goes in front. Holloway can't get it going. And now he's got it in the corner. Chance here for Holloway to get something going. As he's going along the boards. Holloway's going to go back to the blue line and hops over Ceci's stick this time. And now Holloway back in on the attack. He's going to rim it to the far side corner. This one, 5:45 to go in this third period. The Oilers down by 3. This one back behind the net now for the Wild. Holloway still out there. The big boys are taking a shift. That was a nice push there from the Oilers' depth lines trying to get something going, but this one's going to go back behind the net. Chance here now for Foligno to take it out from behind the net. Holloway's able to dig it out. He's getting a lot of line time here. I'd wonder if, yes, Puljujärvi gets a little bit of ice time down the stretch here. Holloway's had a ton. Not really having to move his feet here a bit in this defensive zone battle as it's just chesting up in the corner behind the net there. And here comes Leon Draisaitl. Dylan Holloway's out there with McDavid and... Sorry, that was Darnell Nurse, pardon me. Out there with McDavid and Draisaitl. Here's Zach Hyman now. And this one's going to get going back the other way. Tyson Barrie carries the puck. He bumbles, but it's able to get through a player. And now all of a sudden played off by Fleury on the dump in, kept in by the Oilers, and it goes up and out of play off the body of Puljujärvi. All right, we'll take a second to take a break. And here we go. We're going to play this ad quickly. We're going to finish off this live stream. 808 views so far, so we are closing in potentially on hitting that 1,000 view threshold. Wouldn't that be something to finish off the live stream that's other than why it's been an Oilers game dud? But we'll go to commercial break, my friends, and we will just recap this one quickly. All right, here we go. 5-2 for the Wild. 4:40 to go here in this third period. It was Leon Draisaitl and Connor McDavid scoring the Oilers goals in the back half of this back-to-back. But what killed the Oilers was those the trio of penalties in that second period. Ceci, Janmark, and that was just goal after goal after goal kind of deal. And you give up 2 power play goals there, and then your power play goes duddy 1 for 3 against the Wild instead of 2 for 3 like the Wilds has. And I think... Not saying that's what killed the Oilers, but that was definitely a turning point in this hockey game for the Oilers. All right. Here we go. We're just finishing up this commercial break, and then I can do the game review and get done for the evening. I would not mind that at all. All right, let's go here. As this one, Sports Interaction ad, I would just like to finish off this live stream. That's all I'm looking to do, my friends. Sorry if I'm looking for a way out. It's just a simple way of saying I'm shot. I should not have streamed the third period. It did not look good after 2, but I got number chasing here on Dolynny TV tonight, and I mean the numbers have paid off, I'm sure, but just one of those tough nights where didn't have it in me and I tried to give it up, and here we go. We'll see what the Oilers can do with the final 440. Let's go out there and don't embarrass yourself, I guess, would be good enough with me. This is going to be a face-off for the Wild in their defensive zone. They win it, and 4:36 to go here in this third period. And we're hoping to see something here for the Oilers. Anything that shows some life. Lose 5-3. Lose 5-3 and we're good to go as the Oilers get this one across the blue line. And now Matthias Janmark into the near side corner. And Ryan Nugent-Hopkins will carry out of the corner now back to this one. Shot comes in, blocked in front. And that's been the Oilers' bane is, man, there's been a couple key block shots here for the Wild in this game. This one's going to go back to the blue line of the Oilers where they'll work it there. We've finally hit the 4-minute mark, so I got 240 seconds of game time or less to survive, and then I can get off to bed and get going as Klim Kostin will stumble through the neutral zone and ice the puck. Bad to worse, right? That's always the way it goes. And Rogers 5G, play of the game. This one's right here, this one right here, the play on Jack Campbell, top shelf. I think that's the game winner right now, and tough goal. All right, 1 goal and 1 shot for Frederick Gaudreau tonight. The 1 shot that beat Jack Campbell. Tyson Barrie back behind the net. 3:45 to go here in this third period. And Devon Shore is going to play it ahead. Klim Kostin's getting it going. And Matt Zuccarello plays it off the turnover. 3:33 to go in this third period. Play to the middle, tipped in front, and chance, and what a save there by Campbell to keep it alive, 5-2. And this one's going to go back to the point. Shot hammered. Campbell the save. So to his credit, he's made some good. They've made themselves some saves there for the Oilers right here. As that's a good save there by Campbell to keep that one out. Not comfortable, but at least he made it. 1-2-3. And that was dangerous in front. And I don't think Campbell really knew where that puck was the second jam. I'm just falling asleep standing up. Sorry, folks. I am so sorry you got to suffer through this. I do not feel bad if you tune on out. But here's a chance now for the Oilers to win it off the face-off. Brad Malone does. 3:15 to go here in this third period. And you got to remember, too, when the Oilers have Brad Malone in the lineup, you know you're hurting for depth. So keep that in mind. Nothing against Brad Malone, but it's one of those things. He's not a guy that's a needle mover at all in your bottom 6, and he's just a guy that's a warm body that's able to give you maybe minutes that don't hurt you, so keep that in mind. Here we go. Chance for the Oilers to move it out. They do. 2:50 to go here in this third period. As time finally winding down. And this one's going to be worked out by Nurse. Chance now to get it across the blue line. And, well, 2:35 in the third period. And this one's going to go down to Darnell Nurse and Jared Spurgeon in the near side corner. Spurgeon pinching in heavily. This one's going to be worked by Hyman. And Hyman's going to work this one back behind the net. 2:18 to go here in this third period. Cody Ceci fires it ahead. Now a chance for Hyman. Get it going, and Hyman's going to work through the middle of the ice. Well, turn back there. 2:05 to go in this third period. 29 shots on net, and the Minnesota Wild lead 5-2 for them. 19 shots for the Oilers, and that's what I said. The Oilers just need to come out and get shots in this period because, I mean, what we were doing in those first 2 periods clearly wasn't getting shots on net. And $1.48 we will have an icing call. All right. Whew. Alright. Yeah, way too many AHL guys, but that's due to injury, right? It's not like the Oilers are playing AHL guys because they just don't have anyone to play. It's because we just have way too many injuries right now. You got three key guys out of the lineup. That's going to do it. Wraparound chance for Broberg. He can't tuck it in. $1:34 to go here in this third period. This one's going to be worked out, and now a chance here for McDavid to go across, and now Bouchard gets it going. $1:20 to go in this third period now. Bouchard's got it in the defensive zone. As I pile up in on myself here. This one's going to go across to Nugent Hopkins. This one now to Matthias Janmark. $1:08 to go in the third period. This one works ahead here. Puck off the boards, and Puljujärvi plays to Barry. Barry's got it high point near side. Tipped up and off the high glass. Here's a chance. This second line just proved me wrong. Do something tonight. This one's going to come out of the zone. Puljujärvi plays it back down to Nuge. 47 seconds to go. His time comes on away for the Oilers. Barry across to Janmark. Where's that? That's Janmark. This one's going to go down to Puljujärvi. Janmark comes on down around. Janmark still out there. Bouchard. Barry fires the shot. Knocks it out of the stick hand of Marc-Andre Fleury. Puljujärvi regains the puck at center ice. He's fighting it as it rolls around in his feet a little bit. And here we go. 17 seconds to go. And this one up and done for the Oilers in Wild. 12 seconds now on the clock as the Oilers get across. Puljujärvi fires a shot. It'll go up and out of play. So here we go. 8 seconds to go in this period. 20 shots on net for the Oilers. Well, it was looking like a rough night for Marc-Andre Fleury. Turns into an average night. This one, the blast there, had a good chance. Good look, but couldn't get it buried past the blocker. And that's been the key for Fleury. That stick and blocker made a couple key saves tonight for him for sure. This one shot ripped by Kostin. There you go. His first as an Edmonton Oiler, baby. Let's go. Klim Kostin with 3.7 seconds to go. Bring us back to life as Klim Kostin scores the goal. It's back to get it going, and that's a better score right there. Don't mind me. Light me up. Klim Kostin just fires a shot. Marc-Andre Fleury, no clue where that puck was, and Klim Kostin fires the shot and scores the goal right there. Good to go. And Klim Kostin just knuckle pucks at home. Top cheddar. And there you go. The Oilers win the first one of the back-to-back in Chicago 5-4. Lose 5-3 to the Minnesota Wild. And that will do it for us here on Dolynny TV this evening, friends. I'm Tyson. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am up on Oda here this evening.